لك وطنك دينك، لو هالدنيا سألت مينك قلن إنك لبناني. بطل السلم وبطل الحرب، همزة وصل الشرق الغرب، تضل تحب وتنحب بيكفي إنك لبناني.
وقت الشمس تفيش بينك بيحقلك وطنك دينك،
لو هالدنيا سألت مينك قلن إنك لبناني. بطل السلم وبطل الحرب، همزة وصل الشرق الغرب، تضل تحب وتنحب.
Hello, and welcome to Cleveland's 8th annual celebration of Lebanon Day, celebrating the 75th independence of Lebanon, presented to you by the American Lebanese Community Council, ALCC, and World Lebanese Cultural Union. My name is Leanna Ora, and I'm honored to be your mistress of ceremony here tonight at Cleveland City Hall. Thank you. Shukran. If you have not already done so, please browse our Lebanese memorabilia located in the back. Also in the back, you will see a donations box, so feel free to provide any donations. If you're interested in joining the ALCC, please register your name. I am pleased to begin this program with a presentation of colors by the United States Army, with Richard Antar leading us with the American National Anthem. Please rise and follow along with the American National Anthem located in the booklet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Richard Antar. Now, Father Naim Khalil, pastor of St. Elias Melechite Church, will lead us with the Lebanese national anthem. To follow along, please refer to the booklet.
كلنا للوطن للعلا للعلم، ملء عين الزمن سيفنا والقلم، سهلنا والجبل منبت للرجال، قولنا والعمل في سبيل الكمال. كلنا للوطن للعلا للعلم، كلنا للوطن.
Thank you to the U.S. Army, Richard Antar, and Father Naim Khalil for the presentation of colors in both the U.S. and Lebanese anthems. At this moment, we'd like to ask Monsignor William Banzowski, pastor of Our Lady of the Cedars Church, as well as Imam Ramiz Istanbuli, professor at Case Western University, to lead us with the invocation.
We praise you and we bless you, O Lord, and our God, today and always. O God of all creation, you fill our hearts with joy and peace, especially at this time when we come together as loyal and grateful citizens of our beloved Lebanon to celebrate the historical event of its Day of Independence. Along with our many worthy acknowledgments in our program, we begin by joining our prayers at this time with all our families at home in Lebanon and with all gatherings throughout the world, humbly asking for God's blessings of harmony and peace that will last. Please allow these worthy gifts to stay with us and with our children and grandchildren for many generations, so that this commemoration and the independence of our beloved Lebanon will remain far into the future. Now, O God, bless this evening all guests gathered in this facility of Cleveland City Hall. Bless our program. Bless our banquet meal we will share together, and bless all we do, that we may give you glory and honor. With all our hearts, we praise you, God, and we give you thanks now, always, and forever.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, creator and sustainer of all that is and will ever be, accept our thanks for this blessed day and all its blessings. We ask you, Almighty, that you guide and direct our country, the U.S., our county and its executive, and our city and its mayor and its councilmen and women. Almighty God, we ask you that you guide and direct our homeland of Lebanon and its leaders. Grant that each of us may feel our responsibility to our community, to our country, but indeed to all countries and to all peoples. Bless our gathering today and bless the food to the nourishment of our bodies. May your goodness and love be present among us today. Come bless our gathering with unity, hope, and vision. Almighty God, we pray for unity. Build in us all a deep respect for one another. Almighty God, we pray for hope. Come stir your hope within our hearts and renew our faith in you. Almighty God, we pray for vision. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love among the people. So as we gather today, here in this place, may we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance for each day as it. We pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our services, each one of us, to our fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values that have been put in us by our parents and our grandparents, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which the young generations can build with confidence. Let's continue to strive, each one of us, to make the world a better place. Amen.
Thank you for the prayers, Monsignor William Banzowski and Imam Ramiz Istanbuli. It is my honor to introduce our Mayor of Cleveland, Mr. Frank Jackson, for his opening remarks.
Good evening. And how are you this evening? Good. You know, I want to welcome everyone to the rotunda of City Hall and also to the 8th annual Lebanese Day as you celebrate Lebanese independence. And I noticed in my remarks that it was the 75th year of independence. But when I think of Lebanon, I think 75 years is the modern Lebanon. But when we look at Lebanon in the history of the Middle East and we look at Lebanon in just general history, the Lebanese people and the Lebanese culture has been around a long time. And it's had significant impact not only in Cleveland in the United States, but all over the world, even before there was a United States. So I want to, again, welcome you to the Rotunda and congratulate you on your Independence Day. I have a proclamation, Pierre, and it is a proclamation. I won't read it, but it is a proclamation recognizing Lebanese Independence Day in the city of Cleveland.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Frank Jackson, for allowing us to host Lebanese Day here at City Hall. I'd like to welcome on stage Cleveland City Councilman Carrie McCormick and Matt Zone.
Welcome to Cleveland City Hall. My name is Matt Zone.
Hello, Carrie McCormack.
So, welcome to our beautiful hall. This is your home where we welcome all ethnicities, all faiths, and all people.
We are so proud of the Lebanese community here in Cleveland and around the world, and we are so excited to partner with the Lebanese community with the Lebanese Cultural Garden coming up in the near future.
So thank you for contributing to the beautiful mosaic fabric that makes up what we call Cleveland. The Lebanese community is such an important part of our community, and we want to welcome you here to this hall. Like Mayor Jackson, Councilman McCormick, and myself soon have to go upstairs for a meeting, but first we have a resolution that we want to present on behalf of Cleveland City Council. Councilman? Pierre, will you please join us up on stage?
Alrighty. So on behalf of 75 years of independence to Lebanon, on the 75th anniversary of the Lebanese Independence Day, which is being observed and celebrated in the 8th annual Lebanon Day today in Cleveland City Hall in the People's House, we are so proud to honor our Lebanese community. Pierre, thank you so much for everything that you do, and to all of our leaders in the Lebanese community. We love you.
Thank you, Pierre.
Just one final word about Mr. Bijani. You have such a true champion for the Lebanese community people. He is constantly interacting with our communities and our region's leaders. And so, Pierre, on behalf of Cleveland City Council, we want to thank you. You are a true champion, not only the Lebanese community, but the city of Cleveland as well. Congratulations.
Thank you, Cleveland City Councilman Carrie McCormick and Matt Zone. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Cuyahoga County Executive, Armand Budish.
Hello, everybody. So it's really an honor for me to be here tonight to join in this celebration. I don't know if I've been to every one of the... I think I have. All right, it's confirmed. I've been to all of them, and it's always a high point of my year to join you. Cuyahoga County is a very diverse county. Our citizens come from all over the world, And we're proud of the fact that our community is a welcoming community. It's a strength that we are so diverse, but it's only a strength. It's only a strength if we all respect and understand one another. And events like tonight contribute to that understanding. It is so important. And I want to second what's already been said. I've gotten to know many of you in this room. Pierre has welcomed me into his family. Pierre and Mary, actually, she's much more welcoming than Pierre. But I've gotten to get to know many of you. It's such a wonderful community. You're great people. Lebanon is a long, proud history, and it's great to be here to honor all of you tonight. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Armin Budish. The American Lebanese Community Council, or otherwise known as the ALCC, which is affiliated with the World Lebanese Cultural Union, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization created for all American Lebanese, and those of Lebanese descent, regardless of their political affiliation and religion. This organization was created for the purpose to preserve, enrich, and promote our Lebanese heritage and traditions through educational, cultural, and charitable activities, to establish and maintain the Lebanese Cultural Garden at the Cleveland Cultural Garden Federation, to interact with local communities to increase public awareness of the Lebanese culture, and to create an understanding and unity among the Lebanese people and the community. We would like to take a moment to specially thank our event sponsors, our table sponsors, our volunteers, the U.S. Army, and everyone who has donated and advertised for this program booklet. And the generous decor by Farah and Noor, floral and event design, for making this event possible. Our table sponsors we'd like to thank are the American Jewish Society, Amni Ora and Family, AT&T, B2B, Eli Shamroon and Family, Cleveland Public Theater, Cuyahoga Community College, Dairyman's, Ferris Kleem and Family, Fahim and Maha Jumayel and Family, James Kassouf and Family, Margaret Wong and Associates, Pakistani Garden, Pierre and Marie Bijani and Family, Salim and Rima Julian and Family, and the University Circle Incorporated. Our event sponsors include Margaret Wong and Associates, James Kassouf and Family, and an anonymous sponsor. So thank you. Once again, thank you, Mayor Frank Jackson, for hosting Lebanon Day here at Cleveland City Hall. And it is my pleasure to be able to introduce you to Mr. Pierre Bijani, the chairman of the American Lebanese Community Council and chairman of Lebanon Day.
Isn't she wonderful? Thank you, Liana, for all what you do. She's great, MC, and you're doing a great job. Hello, friends. I want to welcome you to our 8th annual Lebanon Day event celebration, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the independence of Lebanon. I want to thank Mayor Jackson. Thank you for your support to the ethnic groups, to the ethnic community, especially to our Lebanese community. I want to thank the City Council, Councilman McCormick, Councilman Medzone, and every councilman who supported us and be with us. We really appreciate you and appreciate what you're doing to our city also. Mayor, you know, it's been 8 years we're doing this here. Thank you, it's great. And we gotta continue it. I wanna thank our county executive, Armin Budish. Thank you for your support and opening the county for us also. We got Councilman Bashir Jones, welcome. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, we welcome you here. Special thank to our U.S. Army for doing the color guard. We're very thankful, not only for this evening, but also for your services to our country. Special thank to Mr. Richard Anter, singing the American national anthem, and Father Naim Khalil, singing the Lebanese national anthem. Also, for doing the invocation, Imam Istanbuli and Monsirian William. Thank you so much. I want to thank also and welcome between us for the first time, Chief Angelo Cavillo. Chief, thank you so much. I want to thank Ajiel Debki Group is going to be performing. I guess George Tabanji for his catering. Nam Nam Media. Everybody who traveled from out of town and from in town to be with us tonight. I want to thank the Lebanon Day Committee that they work very hard, the ALCC board, and Lebanese Garden Committee also for organizing this special event. She already thanks all the sponsors, all the generous sponsors, and I want to thank them again. And all those who supported this event by placing an ad in the program book, donating to make this event possible. Please, all of you, take a program book with you home and support the businesses that bring Lebanon Day possible. And I want to congratulate the honorees tonight. The ALCC is proud of the affiliation with WLCU, the World Lebanese Cultural Union, an organization that has represented the Lebanese diaspora since 1959 across the world. The American Lebanese Community Council is the only sponsoring organization for the Lebanese Culture and Garden. We are proud of the work we are doing to bring the Lebanese Cultural Garden to fruition. You will see the presentation, the Lebanese Cultural Garden, later. The plans are approved and submitted to the city. We are only waiting for the permit to break ground. Now is the time to continue raising the funds to build. Your help is of an essence for achieving and developing this garden. It is you, community, that makes this project a reality. The garden is not for us just now, but for the generations to come, and make our community forever present in the Cleveland Cultural Garden and in this town. This project is not due to one singular person, but is a community effort. The Cleveland Cultural Garden is the most unique place in this country and in the world. We are fortunate to have such a jewel in our backyard. We as Lebanese should be proud to have a place which celebrates our heritage. Please be generous with your donation. You can refer to the literature on the tables for donation to the garden and see the committee person. In the word of Gibran Khalil Gibran, it says, "Yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream." To all of you attending this evening, thank you for being here tonight. May you have a great evening and celebrate of Lebanon's Independence Day together. Thank you.
Now we will honor those recognized this year.
Okay. We're going to start with the recognition of somebody very special to us and to our heart and to the Lebanese community and the Lebanese Cultural Garden. She was a chairperson of the Cultural Garden when we put the design together. She is the one who worked hardly hard on putting and assorting a committee together. She worked tirelessly, and when she couldn't work and give it 100%, she said, Pierre, I gotta take a break. I said, okay. So Natalie Ronain, she is one of our dynamic people in this community. She is now the first Chief Development Officer for the Cleveland Metro Park. Natalie's leadership is second to none. She was the president of the Cleveland Botanical Garden and the Cleveland Arboretum. And Natalie now is the person who gets things done in this town and this city. I'm not gonna read her bio, all her bio. I just want to say these couple words from the heart. We love you, Natalie, and we miss you. And we're so glad, we're blessed to have you with us. Natalie Ronain, please come to the podium. On behalf of the American Lebanese Community Council, this is a recognition award presented to Natalie Say Ali Ronain, Chief Advancement Officer for Cleveland Metro Parks, in recognition and appreciation for your many years of dedicated services and leadership to our community. It's for you. We have a proclamation from the Mayor's office, as well as other proclamations from the State Senate, from the Governor Kasich, from the Secretary of State, and from Marcy Kaptur, the Congresswoman, and we have some more from City Council over there. So here, this is for you, to put them in. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's take a picture together with this.
Well, thank you, Pierre, and thank you all. I'm quite overwhelmed. This is really wonderful, and I don't feel I deserve this, so I'll keep working. Keep working to deserve it. I want to thank my parents, Gus and Barb Cycli, for having me and raising me and being here tonight, and my Aunt Ramona, and my kids, Joey and Audrey, and my husband, Chris. It was my honor to have Pierre call me about 3 years ago and say, will you help us build a garden for our Lebanese community in Cleveland? And it was a great honor. I'm very proud of the work that we did and the work that's left to do. We need everybody's support to get it built. The Lebanese community deserves an outstanding representation of its culture in Cleveland, and we're going to see that it gets done. But I'm a gardener, so I'll be there to help weed if you need to. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. James Kassouf is among those recipients tonight who, like so many members of our community, have found a way of honoring and remaining true to their roots by acting as trailblazers in their business, religious, and social spheres of the great Cleveland area. A lifelong member of St. Elias Byzantine Catholic Church, James Kassouf has worked tirelessly both as a forward-looking businessman, but also in matters of promoting the interests and values of his church and Lebanese community. His strong work ethic and family orientation have been keys to his continued success, which has not only served the Kassouf family business, but also served to revitalize Cleveland's real estate and commercial environment. I'd like to welcome Mr. James Kassouf on stage so that he may be honored with this award from the ALCC.
Mr. James Kassouf got stuck in Switzerland. So on his behalf, his son Joe will be here to receive the award. Joe?
First of all, my father says thank you very much, and he's very honored to receive this award. He apologizes for his tardiness, not able to come. I honestly don't know what happened. I hope he's okay. I think it's something with travel or health related. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate it greatly. And
to give you the awards here.
we're all very honored.
Okay, this is the award, the American Lebanese Community Council Recognition Award presented to James Kassouf, his developer, in recognition and appreciation for your many years of dedicated service and leadership to our community.
Thank you.
You received this on his behalf. We have proclamation also from the Mayor of Cleveland and from City Council and from the rest of the group. This is for you. And this is from the City Council.
Thank you.
For you, for your dad. Let's take a picture together if you don't mind. Okay. I wanna just say a couple words about James Assouf. I've known James for, my God, I've been in this country for 37 years. My first year here, I've known James. He helped every Lebanese person who came here. He offered them jobs. He helped them out with their schooling. And anybody who called on James Assouf for a job, for anything, he would hire them. So James was a great guy. I remember that from 37 years. And God blessed him with a beautiful family. And some good news for everybody that James just purchased the Galleria and Erie View Plaza a couple months ago. Congratulations. Good job, and thank you for being involved with our community. I have to mention a couple dignitaries here. I forgot to mention earlier. Mayor Falcone, Mayor of Brunswick, thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you, Mayor. We have Judge Ralph Perk, always with us here. Thank you, Judge, for being with us. Our next honoree, we are proud to honor Dr. Mahmoud Orra posthumously this year. For all who knew him, he was a true humanitarian who used his talents as a physician to help patients here in Cleveland and abroad. He was especially compassionate in helping those who had limited means to receive health care. Dr. Orra came to the United States from the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon. He accomplished more in his few years than most ever hoped to achieve. After graduating from middle school, he married his lovely wife, Amni, and they had 3 beautiful children, Dr. Muna, Liana, who is our MC tonight, and Michael. Dr. Orra will be so proud of the legacy these children are carrying on. With sincere gratitude for all that he attained, we are humbled to present this recognition to his family. Family of Dr. Orra, would you please come up to the podium? The American Lebanese Community Recognition Award is to Dr. Mahmoud Orra in his appreciation for his years of many dedicated service and leadership to our community. May God bless his soul. This is for you. Come all of you here so we can take a picture together, and these are from the mayor and all the... Come on.
I'm honored to stand before you all today as an American, someone of Lebanese descent, and the proud son of Dr. Mahmoud Orra, Dr. Mahmoud Arra, like so many of those of his generation, many of those in the audience, paid deference to his culture without forgetting where he came from, and that never stopped him from learning from the culture that accepted him here in the United States, where he was privileged enough to interact with so many diverse individuals, diverse communities, and find common humanitarian cause with all of them. And for that, I am proud to continue his legacy and through his example, and would urge those who have similar experience firsthand with parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, to follow in their footsteps so that we may continue to share with the American family that we hope to create in the future to everyone's benefit. Thank you to the ALCC, and thank you for organizing this wonderful event. We hope that for the next generations there will be greater involvement so that we may share what we have learned from those who came before us. Thank you.
Once again, we would like to thank our event sponsors, our table sponsors, our program booklet sponsors and advertisers, as well as Farah Hanouh Floral and Event Design for enriching this event and making it possible. I'd like to recognize and thank our 2018 Lebanon Day Committee, as well as recognize and thank the board members of the American Lebanese Community Council and Garden Committee. We ask you stand when you hear your name so that you may be recognized for your service, and we ask the audience to hold their applause until all committee and board members have been named. 2018 Lebanon Day Committee members include Mr. Pierre Bijani, Chairman, Mr. Tony Abdul Karim, Mrs. Mirai Abdul Karim, Ms. Dali Abdul Karim, Mr. Faris Alama, Mrs. Sonia Alama, Mr. Jad Bidran, Mrs. Marie Bijani, Mr. Isam Boudiab, Mrs. Ibat Boudiab, Mr. Mahmoud Boumir'i, Mr. Tony Shlela, Mrs. Vera Hatim, Ms. Zahra Jishi, Mr. Nasim Kanj, Mr. Tony Nasif, Mrs. Liz Nasif, Mr. Cloud Nakhli, Dr. Muna Ora, Mr. Ni'matullah Salkali, Mrs. Blanche Salwan, Ms. Lisa Salwan, Mr. Nemir Suede, and Ms. Madeline Zammar. Thank you.
I would like to announce a couple things also. We have something very extravagant that's happening in Cleveland here for the first time ever. The Cleveland Public Theater has orchestrated and developed the Arabic theater, Al-Masrah Al-Arabi. Al-Masrah Al-Arabi, you have these on your table. It's opening in November 30th and December 1st, but the opening November 30th. It is a group of our community people from the Arabic community that they created this and put it under the guidance of Raymond Bobgen, who is the director of the Public Theater. It is a historic time. Everybody is invited to be there. Everybody should be proud of this accomplishment. It's really a gratitude for Mr. Bobgen. Thank you so much for being part of it and for your support. Also, on another note, I just wanted to mention that ICC WIN, the International Community Council, which I'm a board member also, that is created for different ethnic groups, will be having their annual event on December 7th. It's an event that created for all ethnic groups. They come in their ethnic dressing and they celebrate together with international music and international festivity and international food. The event will take place this year at La Villa Banquet Center. So everybody is invited to ICC WIN, and there is an ad in the program book. You can look at it. The city of Parma and its mayor had invited us to celebrate Lebanon Day with the commemoration of Lebanon Day at City Parma Chamber of the Mayor on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the morning. The mayor will be celebrating Lebanon, the independence of Lebanon with us and give us a proclamations about Lebanon. So anybody who would like to be present, please let me know so I can include you on the list. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I'd like to recognize the ALCC board members. If you'd like, you may stand so we can recognize you, and at the end, we will give you an applause. So please hold your claps until the end. The chairman of the ALCC is Mr. Pierre Bijani. The vice chairman are Faris Alame, Fahim Jmayal, and Abdullah Mina. The treasurers are Tony Abdul Karim and Jad Badran. Our secretaries are Liz Nassif and Michael Ora. Board members include Roger Aboud, Isam Boudiab, Tony Nassif, Vera Hatim, Dr. Muna Ora, Mahmoud Boumir'i. We'd also like to recognize our Lebanese Garden Committee chairperson, Nisreen Khazal, and her co-chair, Jumana Jalkh. Thank you. On behalf of all of us, I would like to express our gratitude to the committee and board members for your continued efforts that make Cleveland's Lebanon possible for the 8th year. Thank you. As we all know, events such as this are more than one person's undertaking, and we are blessed to have many willing contributors and participants. That being said, there are those who would have liked to join us this evening but were unable to. One of them being the Consul General of Lebanon of Detroit, Mrs. Suzanne Muzi Yassin. She sends her regards and best wishes to us all. Please welcome Mrs. Julia Bijani for her feature presentation of the Lebanese Cultural Garden.
So located in Rockefeller Park, it is the only place in the world that has different types of memorials representing the melting pot culture America is. With over 29 gardens representing over 100 ethnic groups, it's the only place like this in the world. Here is the outline of what the garden will look like, and I understand that you guys all can't see it. So located at the dessert table, there are presentations of what the garden will look like up close, and you can feel free to take a look at those at your own time. And we are excited to announce, if you missed what my father said before, that groundbreaking will happen in the next few days after a small technicality with the city is taken care of. With the cedar tree as our main focus, here are some 3D images. Again, I understand that you can't see them. They are located at the dessert table of what the tree will look like. There will not be anything attached, but plaques will come with each live planted cedar tree that is sponsored. There will also be a storyboard at the memorial. It is a storyboard that will take the visitor from the seas that our Phoenician ancestors conquered and ruled to the woodlands and different sceneries our beautiful Lebanon has to offer. With that said, donations, donations, donations. Starting at $10,000, the sponsor will obtain a live Lebanese cedar tree attached with a plaque. At $5,000, they'll receive a large plaque. At $2,500, you'll get a medium plaque. And at $1,000, you'll receive a small plaque. To make these donations, you can please visit our back table, or you could visit our website that is located on all the pamphlets on your tables and on the screen here. So thank you so much. Thank you all for coming out tonight. And I want to give a special thanks to our ALCC committee and volunteers who give up so much of their time to spread our culture and our love and who choose to be a part of such a beautiful group, and that without their help and yours, this stream and this monument representing our culture for our generation and generations to come would not have been possible. So thank you so much.
Good job, good job. We have a design called the maquette for our Lebanese cultural garden. A special thank to Anthony Hajjar and Ziad Bedran for doing it and donating it. It's a mini sculpture thing that represents the way how the garden is going to look like. Please take a look at it. It's here on the side. Now I would like to invite Vera to come say a couple words about what we're doing, if you don't mind. Vera.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here, and may God bless you and bless Lebanon always. Without your support, we couldn't do this. Thank you. So the Lebanese Garden is for all Lebanese, and we want to thank all your support. We just got the first $5,000 donated, and hopefully they get the first cedar tree when they come back from, hopefully, from their trip. So Mr. Kassouf, again, thank you so much. He's committing for the first $5,000 right now towards the garden. We would like to have other people committed. If anybody would like to have a cedar tree or any donation, feel free to talk to me or any one of the members who are here present tonight. Enjoy your evening. We love you, we thank you, and we can't do it without you. Have a wonderful evening.
Mrs. Blanche Silwan, she'd like to dedicate a song to Lebanon and to all of us. So she is one of hard-working people in our group. Blanche?
Not that my voice is so beautiful, but it is a song that means a lot. It is a song that I learned when I was a child, and I kept Lebanon in my heart. And I lived here for 52 years, almost 53, and that Lebanon will never depart. أرزة المجد أضلي أرض لبنان الحبيب وعلى الفجر أطلي وابسمي بعد المغيب أنت من عهد الجدود رمز فخر وكرم أنت عنوان الخلود فوقه العز ارتسم عاش من يحمي الزمم بالتآخي والهمم ولنكن قوما كراما وليعش هذا العلم يا بني لبنان سيروا للعلا سير الكباد أرزكم زاه نضير ولنا حق الحياة عاش من يحمي الزمم بالتآخي والهمم ولنكن قوما كراما وليعش هذا العلم كل عيد وأنتم بخير وإن شاء الله لبنان يضل لبناننا الزاهي. We hope that Lebanon will always stay beautiful and is beautiful by its people, and you are the representative of that beautiful country. Let's work together, let's be one, and let's no differentiation put us apart. God bless.
Thank you, Blanche. Thank you so much. Thank you. We love you, Blanche. Thank you, Blanche. We love you. You are the best thing ever happened to us. Now, we have Ajiel, Liana.
I just have a few things I'd like to say.
Yeah.
By the way, isn't she so cute when she sings? I think she's so cute. I would like to give another hand for Blanche Salman. She's so cute. If you believe that an appreciation for Lebanese culture or heritage is something worth recognizing, then we must acknowledge that this sense of shared feeling can only persist with deliberate contribution and participation in organizations like the American Lebanese Community Council. Efforts like the ALCC do not just preserve a sense of Lebanese heritage. They allow us the opportunity to share the best of Lebanese cultural values to future generations. Perhaps even more importantly, they enable us the ability to engage with a broad number of diverse communities that also proudly call the United States of America home. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and please enjoy the rest of our 8th annual celebration of Lebanon Day. Please welcome the special performance by the Ajal Dance Group, followed by dinner, and entertainment performed by Num Num Media. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ajial Dabki Group. Thank you so much. A big thanks for them. Please give them a big applause. Remember, we have a raffle. We're raffling a beautiful watch and donated from Shaiban Jeweler. We have raffle also, first prize raffle. The second prize raffle is 2 tickets for TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And the third raffle is $100 off from, what is it? Nice Eyewear. Now I would like to start with the dinner. Mayor and Chief, please, and the priest and Imam, please, let's start the line. Start the line for the dinner, and then after that we'll have more entertainment from Ajial and from everybody else. Sorry we left you a little bit long.
أحلى ومن أهلك نطلب يدك.
بدك ما بدك، قلبي مش لعبة بيدك.
أهلك اوعى تخافي والبارود يعتفي واني لقعد حارس حدك.
بدك ما بدك، قلبي مش لعبة بيدك. قلبك عالجازي ناوي، قوليلي وجه ردك.
غطي الشمس بفي جبينك، بحق لك وطنك دينك. لو هالدنيا سألت مينك قلن انك لبناني. بطل السلم وبطل الحرب، همزة وصل الشرق الغرب. تضل تحب وتنحب بيكفي انك لبناني.
غطي الشمس بفيش بينك، بحق لك وطنك دينك.
لو هالدنيا سألت مينك قلن انك لبناني. بطل السلم وبطل الحرب، همزة وصل الشرق الغرب. تضل تحب وتنحب بيكفي انك لبناني. لبناني ومطرح ما تروح، حامل وطنك قلب وروح.
حامل وطنك قلب وروح.
ومنك عطر المجد يفوح، عطر تراب اللبناني. اللبناني وكل ما بتطل بتوزع حبك عالكل.
وكل ما بتطل بتوزع حبك عالكل.
والايدين عليك تدل وتعرف انك لبناني.
الشمس بفيش بينك، بحق لك وطنك دينك.
لو هالدنيا سألت مينك قلن انك لبناني.
بطل السلم وبطل الحرب، همزة وصل الشرق الغرب.
تضل تحب وتنحب بيكفي انك لبناني.